mothers and the upcoming mothers out there, and just trust in your child. Don't hata kama amekuja the wrong timing ama anything.
Yeah.
For men, winning starts when you learn to control your lust. One thing about being liked by people older than you is that your peers don't see that as a good thing.
Africa, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your girl. Okay, I know it's been a while, but welcome back. Now I am back officially. Alafu sasa, this is the third segment of Random Things, and we have the one and only
Isaac Kimathi.
Isaac Kimathi.
Yeah.
Wewe ni nani kwangu?
Daktari.
Daktari wa nini?
Waro.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
Anyway, haya, sasa tubonge. Sasa cause nilikutumia tweets. Ulizisoma?
Yeah, lakini tunaweza angalia tena.
Tuangalie tu tena.
Okay.
Nakwambia today's episode, guys. Hey. So this small boy right here is my brother.
Okay.
Just
Pull up. Not small boy.
Kuko na watu wata confuse. Wanze kuniuliza, Ashley, huyo ni brother yangu.
Okay.
If you want connections, you have to come through me. Nikwambie.
Comment section.
You have to come through me and tell me, hey, watu hawana adabu. Watu watani text WhatsApp. Wataniambia, najua nyinyi mtaniambia. Anyway, so today, first of all, we are going through some tweets. And then we have an interesting topic that we'll be talking about with this guy. Wacha hivyo mnamuona. Hey! He's educated though. Hey! Give us your worst sleepover experience.
Okay. Mbili?
Tupe mbili.
Okay, once, I'm not so much of a guy who goes to other people's place to sleep. I rather have people coming over to my place.
Okay.
So
which is the worst sleepover experience you've had?
So when people coming to my place. So I remember we were like so I lived by myself, right? I had a room for myself, but I had roommates. Like so we're just sharing dining and kitchen, but then it's a big house.
The bedrooms.
Everyone has their bedroom.
Okay.
And so there was this night we decided, you know what, guys, let's just come over and
to whose room?
Cook. No, to the house.
Okay.
Because we are also friends. I can't be roommates with people I'm not friends with.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure we are friends with. That's when I was choosing. You know, that was back. So there's this night we decided, no, let's have a cookout, but then in the evening, and then let's have everyone come over and they will sleep over. So do you know what happened? And I thought it was boys. I'm more of a boys guy. I like when we are just boys around. We can phone. We can do anything for ourselves. So tell me why we've started cooking. We are all over there. We're doing our stuff. And myself, I'm chef. I'm in Ghana. I'm deciding. Oh, I'm making chapati for you guys.
Yes.
I bought all the stuff I needed. Tell me why when the food is almost ready, we are setting up. Girl starts walking in. Allah. Girls start walking in. Girls. And not one, not two.
Hako wamekuambia kuko na masheri wanakuja.
And there was this friend I had, his name was Bright. Bright was a friend, but he was also not a friend. He was a friend, but he was also not a friend. So Bright, we've done all this stuff. Bright was there, there's the room where boys are just gaming and all that stuff. Kuna wengine wanapika, wengine wanachoma huko nje. Bright. I was like, there's only one person I can suspect. Bright.
First of all, alisaidia na upishi?
No, not at all. Okay, and it's okay. Bright can't cook, so it's okay. So actually, most Ghanaian men can't cook. Their wives are very good. Their ladies are very good in the kitchen. So I think that's catered for. So I went to Bright and I was like, okay, Bright, I can see ladies. And as cunning as usual, Bright just smiled and I knew, okay, that was Bright.
Yeah.
That was Bright. And the girls ate.
Some mlikuwa na drinks.
The girls ate. Yeah, drinks were there. All kind of drinks. People drank, people ate. And then it was like when okay, my room was locked. There's no one entering my room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So people are tired. It's late in the night, and I'm walking around, and God, people are drooling over the chairs. There, it was very. It was. I was like
kitchen counter.
kitchen counter room. Okay, I'm like, nah, this is. I'm never having a sleepover in my house again.
Ebu shukuru Mungu haukusomea Nairobi ama haukusomea Kenya basically.
Never.
In campus. Sasa wacha nikupe story. Sasa Jesus. Woo, guy, Aki, but here I sound ka experience mbaya.
Okay,
to be honest.
Okay, I like my space. I like where I'm staying. So that site was very gross for me. Like people are, drooling. People are drooling over each other, the chairs. That was
Hadi mangels.
Yeah.
So hakukuwa na watu wanakulana.
Okay, I don't know about that because it's not like I'm always in every place at every time. Yeah. I'm sure after that day, I was like, this house needs to be washed, cleaned, sanctified, and we are never having a sleepover again. Yes, in the night. And when you get bishop, the bishop.
Send me verses. Hey, huku kumechafuliwa.
Nah, it was bad. It was bad. I guess for me, I think for the others they had a lot of fun. It was very nice.
But for you,
for me, yeah.
When a character yako, hebu nikuulize Isaac, unakuanga introverted?
I'm not introverted. I'm a very extroverted guy. But I like my spaces being respected a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then if to Besema it's my boys coming, it's a boys nice. Why are we having girls? And listen, I have no problem with girls or anything. But then if it's boys, why are we having girls over?
Oh, okay.
That was a big questionable for me. And
then, maybe Brett aliona ni bash, kuna madrinks, mbona kusikuwa na mangirls? Kenyans, mnani get? Si mnani get? Huyu nika hatu get.
Okay.
Maybe you are just born Kenyan, nothing else.
No. I actually enjoy, most of the stuff I have planned coming from me, it's always been a boys thing.
So how do you like organize place? Maybe sleepover yenye itakuwa na mashori.
Maybe I've been invited to one, but me, no. I've never gone to one anyways. I've only had reasons why not to go. But I've always liked doing stuff, I think boys can understand, men can understand the brotherhood, the fellowship that it is when you're just boys who share the same values, same beliefs, same experiences. It's just something different. It's wholesome. It's something different. Okay. And I felt like that was what was supposed to be that night. But then it wasn't. It's so fun beating your friend in FIFA. So when you're just boys.
How kubambika vile? There's music, people are dancing. Muna throw your asses.
I didn't have an issue with that, but then. Listen. I have an issue with that because personally I don't indulge in such stuff.
Kutwakiwa?
No, I don't.
Hey!
I don't do that.
God, my place is not Kenya. Kwa sababu guy. Hakuna kitu nachukia kama tumeenda bash alafu kila boy niko na asa na expect lazima tu atanipea tako. Like una get? Okay. Lazima like atanitwakia.
Okay. And the thing is, most of the friends I have with mimi niko na friends wanakujanga kuniamsha 6 asubuhi Sunday church naambia aizo unachelewa. You're getting late. And I feel like that's the kind of people I should be attracting. That's the kind of people I should be hanging around with.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm also a sporty guy, so I go to play football, I go to run, I go to do all that stuff. And of course, in all those spaces, you can't expect everyone to be like you. Exactly. Yeah. And there are people who are good. There are people who you also need to learn from them, and they also know that in the same they don't share the same values and believe as you.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Bright. And Bright was such a good footballer, good athletic, very good athletic guy. And he also used to play drums in church. But then everyone says about the drummers in church. There's a stereotype about drummers in church. Exactly.
He's here and there.
Yeah. Bright, you see this video, I don't mean to do anything, but then you are something else. When he came out of church, yeah, you were something different. But
hot and cold.
Yeah.
Okay, in
Right.
Christianity haufai kwa watermelon.
Exactly.
To be honest. Sasa mimi wacha nikupe yangu moja. Ndio ujue bra, thank God hata sikusomea Kenya. Utashukuru the heavens au kusomea Kenya. So ilikuwa birthday ya nani? Okay, around hapo May June tulikuwa na mabirthday mingi, and in campus I was in a clique. When I was doing my diploma I was in a clique of 13 people.
Wow.
Unajua vile 13 ni
Crazy,
watu wengi.
Crazy.
Out of hao watu 13 tuko mashorika 4.
Okay.
Kwa hao 4, 2 ndio tuko na ass, mmoja ni petite, huyo mwingine malita amepewa proper. So maboy walikuwa wanahesabu wako na variety. Maboy wakiwa 9 hawataka kujua kashori ni 2. Wako sawa.
Okay, mental.
Wako sawa. Alafu hiyo time kidogo mimi na Christianity tulikuanga maji na stima. Hiyo time hata ungeniuliza do you believe in God, nilikuwa na kuangalia ile. Ebu expound what you mean by believe. Like I needed you to explain what do you mean by believe, because believe yangu si yako.
Okay. Okay.
Haya, sasa tumeenda birthday. Ilikuwa combined birthday.
Okay. Ya
dem moja na boy. Actually walikuwa wamezaliwa the same day. Alafu sasa boy mwingine alikuwa amezaliwa a week before. Sasa obvious tuta merge. Tumedecide watu wangu wa Rongai, your time Olive and Twist was the eat place. Tumedecide sasa tunaenda tu kudishi, tushibe fiti, to create foundation. After sasa me create foundation, sasa ni malika. Bro. Hey. Watoto wa Yesu si wanafaa kurudi shule hostel.
Ndio wa Yesu wale wanakawate.
Sasa tunafaa kurudi shule hostel. Haya, ndio hiyo saa 9 imefika. Na ilikuwa ile period ya lockdown. Like tulikuwa tumelimitiwa by saa 4 kila mtu anafaa kuwa amefika kwa nyumba. Saa 9 sisi tuko so huko penye mnarukarukia hamfai kutoka mpaka kitu 7 hapo. Hey. Mtu wa klabu amesema makarao wanakuja. It's either muingie chini ya meza ama mjue vile mtatoka. Ako na njia ya kututoa backdoor, but tujue vile tutakimbizana na makarao. Hiyo backdoor mpaka tufike penye tunafaa kufika. Multimedia na penye hiyo klabu iko ni distance ya nduthi ya 100. you know yes. Tukaanza kuulizana hapo kati ya sisi wote nani yako na keja. Hey, tukarealize majority of us ni watu wa hostel. Mtu mmoja tu ndio alikuwa na keja, na hiyo keja yake alikuanga kuna mashori 3 walikuwa wanafaa kuenda sleepover kwake. Sasa tuko already watu 13 plus hao mashori 3. Sasa tuko mtu 16. Tunadhania tunaenda kwa baby boy anaishi 1 bedroom yako. Ulimshikia 1 bedroom. Tulienda bed sitter watu 16 aiza.
Okay.
Tulienda tutadu
na mlango ikafunga.
Tutadu.
Okay.
Haya. Kwa kitanda watu wamelala. Sasa huyo boy alikuanga na bed na mattress. So kwa kitanda ni huyo boy na mashori 2 alikuwa anataka kudishi. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa condition. Kuna vitu vingine nimepitia hii life hadi ninajiulizanga. Saa 6 ama saa 9?
Saa 9.
3 am. Okay. Kuna vitu tu nimepitia hii life hadi niko like ningekuwa walai nimeokoka vitu kama hizi ningewahi experience. Okokeni bro.
Niulize, DM me asking.
Okokeni, mnasikia experience yake vile ni different na yangu. Tumeingia bed sitter watu 16. Baba 3 wako kwa kitanda. Tumebaki watu 13 kwa grao. Kwa grao hapa kuko na counter. Ni bed sitter. Ushinge bed sitter?
Probably, yeah.
Haya, so bed sitter si unajua kitchen na sito na bedroom
ni kitu moja.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Na huyu mtu hana couch or anything. Akona tu bed na mattress.
Okay.
Mattress ya chini.
Bed yake
alafu okay. Mattress extra ya kuweka chini.
Okay.
Alafu sasa kuko na kameko, kitchen sink. Uzuri alikuwa ameosha vyombo, otherwise atungepata spenyo.
Okay.
Alafu sasa ukiingia bafu ni bafu plus choo. uzuri bafu yake ilikuwa bigi. Haya, tuko bafu sasa, tumepangana tukaambiana sasa, juu sio sisi wenye nyumba, hii mattress mna compromise. Mattress ikalalwa watu hao wanne. Good. Sasa hao ni watu 7 wako catered for, watu 9 ndio tumebaki tumesimama.
Okay.
2 wakaingia bafu wakajisqueeze kwa karai kwa basin moja ilikuwa bwaku. 2 wakaingia kwa basin wakakadolia huko wakavunjika miguu huko. Kuko na mwenye alibukcho. Hao ni wengine 3. Sasa tumebaki watu 9, watu 6. Unajua kuko na boy alikalia meko akalini hivi kwa ukuta. I'm not kidding, I swear. Alikalia meko akalini hivi kwa ukuta akadoze. Watu tumesimama sasa, tuko like watu 4 tumesimama tumeangaliana. Dem fulani ako like, you know what, me now I don't care. Sitaki kujua kama hawa watakuwa mechi nikiwa kwa kitanda, I don't care. Udem akajisqueeze. Unaona saa wamelala hivi watu 3 kwa bed, unaona hapa kwa miguu akalala hapo. The rest unajua tulilalanga hivi. Saa mimi na roommate wangu wa hostel tulilalanga hivi kwa ukuta tumeshikana
the entire night. Mmesimama. Okay, but it was 3, so a couple of hours.
It was like tulikuwa tumebakisha like 2 hours and then kufunguliwe tutoke. Unaona vile tuliona tu kalight, hata tukutaka kujua kama 6 ibe kalight tu vile kalichomoka. Na hiyo time days were shorter than nights. So by the time hiyo jua imechomoka ni 6:30. Tuliona tu kalight na huko Ngong Hills huko chini ndio kanachomoka. Tulikuwa tushavaa viatu. Mimi na roommate wangu tukatoka tukawaacha huko. Mkitaka kuvunjika. Nakwambia nilijiambia nama mie nijikute nijikute hivi.
That's such an experience.
That was the worst experience nishaikuwa nayo. Hata sidhani nishaienda out na anyone bila place ya kupanga like penye tutalala. Sijai.
You know, I'm such an instantaneous person. I like stuff which are not planned for. Unaweza nishtua sasa uniambie aizo niko tao kuna form toke, I'll be like okay sure, because like I feel like those instantaneous stuff are the most fun stuff. The ones which you keep on planning for,
okay, they are fun, yes,
zinaweza kudisappoint.
Sasa mnado
tutajua hiyo. Good thing is lazima utembee na pesa. Guys, tembee na pesa. I learned.
Sikatai.
Tembea na pesa.
Acha nikwambie kitu.
Money
pesa
does.
Si shida. Shida yetu unaona ilikuwa nani?
Okay,
Makarao.
That was the wrong timing. You see, that was the wrong timing.
Exactly.
That was the wrong timing.
Lakini lazima tu
there's this tweet here. If you pay evil for evil, they won't do you evil any longer. You know, I in as much as I'm a Christian and I believe in doing stuff, I feel like this is very true because of babu. Kuna watu wengine
cheap codes.
Kuna watu wengine lazima, you know, you show them your side.
Revenge.
You know,
vengeance is for God.
It's for God, yes.
Kuna ingine Mungu wa revenge, to be honest.
And I feel like some stuff you are the one who you walk into. Ni wewe unajipeleka kwa vitu zingine.
Like
I remember I used to be so friendly with people, so much friendly with people. I am friendly, but then nowadays I know how to gauge and be like, yeah, my friend, lakini labda maybe just 10%. Yeah, my friend, but maybe just 20%.
So in short, you know how to differentiate between friends and acquaintances.
Yeah, exactly. Because babu, there are some people who take your goodness and kindness for stupidity or something. Kuna watu fikiria okay, hata nikifanya hivi nitaenda tu atakuwa hapo tu. I feel like that's so bad because people take people for granted, and you know you never know the true value of something until you lose it. Wakati utapoteza hiyo kitu, because there was this friend I had since class 4. Class 4. Actually this year January ndio tumeacha kuwa marafiki.
Since class 4.
Since class 4. Okay. That's more than 10 years. So tulikuwa have a birthday and then I moved out. When I moved out, then I think that's where issues started coming in.
Okay.
And I don't know why people think you know, friendship doesn't mean as much on kila siku.
Yeah,
Okay, but for me,
yeah.
I used to talk every day, check up on her and stuff
Depending
like
where
that.
you are a teenager at that time.
Yeah, I mean,
Mkiongea kila siku.
I moved when I was like 14, so I still had a couple of time in my hand, you know.
Yeah.
So when I started getting busier, started, you know,
Sasa shule
getting
imeingia sasa kwa
exactly
system.
imeingia sasa. I have projects, I have other duties. I mean, the students government and all that stuff. And you know, unapata, we will probably even talk maybe once in a month or something.
Yeah.
And even that, it is me who is making the effort. And I got to realize, you know, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. I even went back to text chats and everything. I'm the one who's always been initiating conversations.
So ukinyamaza,
there's no conversation. Yeah, there's no conversation. Okay, I was like, okay, maybe I'm overthinking this because probably I never had issue with it back then. Why am I having issues with it now? I need to lear. So I was like, you know what? Let me put a pause on that. So I remember it became like that now once in a while. Nani wakati mimi namtafuta.
So yeye hajai kutafuta.
Yeah, nitafutangi. Aye kunitafuta labda ni ile nilitext wa mwisho na hakujibu. Sasa atakuja kujibu maybe a month later or something.
Ndio anapitia sasa unread.
Yeye ndio kunitafuta. So yeah, okay. Then I used to come back maybe once a year or once in 2 years or something like that. When I come, I look for her, we link up, buy her lunch, go out for work.
That it's a she.
It's a she. Buy her lunch and stuff like that. And it'll be cool. And stuff like that. So, you know, when I got to realize, okay, you know what, maybe some friendships are meant to be like that. And I was like, I'm cool with that. I'm totally fine with that. And then I decided like a good guy, I'm continue making new friends and stuff like that. Yeah. And I got friends who are like really available. Yeah. Friends, okay, it's not like they're idle, but then when you ask them, they'll be there. Yeah. They'll look up for you. They'll check out. You don't need to look out. Like exactly. Look for them. Exactly. They're looking for you. Exactly. Okay. So and then you know, I started going out more with these other new friends I've made. Being out there, having fun and stuff like that. So this girl I used to see, she's on my close friends IG. She's on, you know, only share with. That setting on WhatsApp. Only share with. She's all over there, and then she used to see, and then she's like, okay, so Isaac, you go out with everyone else apart from me, and I was like, okay, hold on. Hold on. Relax. Wait for a minute. What do you mean? If you call me out, I call. And half the time we don't look plan for the outings we go to. Wait, her plan ku hang out na wewe. She's never. I feel like alikuwa nakufanyia venye ulikuwa unanifanyia, but proceed. Yeah? Watch out. So I was like, okay, what do you mean? I even went to her place. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, what's up nowadays? Yeah. What's up? Oh, we talked. I thought we settled. So actually, these are generations. Like, no, I feel like nah, you're no longer prioritizing me, and I'm like, okay, are we dating now? Can you leave there, Sally? Were you guys dating? Are we dating now? No, fine, a good friend for the past 4 years. Not 4 years. Since. So I so are we dating? I asked, are we dating? No. We're just good friends, right? Yeah. Okay. And I'm not giving you priority. Yeah. What makes you think that? I'm like, she just gave me a bunch of, you know, when ladies want something, they always have their way of, you know, putting it. Yeah. I was like, you know, cool. I feel like we need to take a break from this, you know. I feel like we've been close too much, but then I feel like I'm the one who's making efforts. Yeah. I'm the one who's making a lot of efforts. Yeah. And I don't want to feel, and I was okay with that, but until you're coming here telling me this stuff. And she was like, okay, cool. So I remember, I think June. So when I came back to the country now. This year? Yeah, this year. Okay. So when I came back to the country now. Wait, this conversation really happened when? Which one? The one that you were having with her. Are we dating? It was on a call. Oh, okay. On a call. So I came back to the country June. You know, of course, I told her I'm back in the country. Okay, she even saw my snap and my 360. she has my she used to have my 360 location, see where I'm moving about and stuff like that. And she was like, oh yeah, I can see. Actually, she sent me a screenshot. I was like, okay, I can see you in Nairobi. You didn't even tell me. I'm like, I told you. Look, I told you before I left Ghana. I just didn't. I was tired when I came, so I didn't get back to her and stuff like that. So we linked up, had lunch somewhere. We even went to her place, had a good time, bought cards, played cards.
Yeah.
And I went in the evening. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going back to Meru now. We'll link up later. And then she came to Meru. And remember that time I'm like, I just see her like just any other friend, not someone I've been close with
for long.
Yeah. Someone like. So she came to Meru, and I remember when she came, she told me she wants to meet her. I was like, okay, cool. She wants to meet around 2-3 thereabouts on a Saturday. I'm like, cool. So it's on a Saturday, nothing much. She's going on. We can meet up. So when it reached that time, she was like, you know what? I'm a bit busy now. My hair is being done. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
And then by the time she's getting back to me, it's like around 7, 8. It's like,
usiku.
Yeah. I'm like, do you wanna go for dinner? I was like, you know what? I was with my friend. I met up with my friend. We went out. He's leaving back to Western. I had a friend who stays in Western. He's living back to Western, so we basically had a hang up. Yeah, we've had a hang up the entire day, and I feel like I'm tired now. And then that was it. And then that was it.
My G.
That was it. That was it. The girl just vented out. No, she vented out. She was like, I feel like you're just out with every other person apart from me. You don't prioritize me.
But kwa nini aliweka her appointment ile period mko na meet up?
I didn't even want to ask that. For me, I was like, this is
because you make appointment the previous day.
Omosh. I was in Omosh. We linked up.
That's your bro.
Yes, exactly. So I linked up with Omosh the entire day. We went out, shopped, ate, did everything we could. Before he left, because he's left. Like, it's how many months now to be going on Omosh now? Since June, late June.
2 months.
So that was it, and then she vented out. She was like, yeah, I don't think a lot of stuff, and
akasema ikamtoka.
And you know what? I was like, you know what? Actually, I think for me this is okay. This is very good for me. What you're doing now is very good for me because I don't feel like now I'm mandated to be always there for you and stuff like that. You know what? I'm good. I'm totally good. I have a lot of friends. And there was a day I even posted, there's another friend I have in Nairobi, Buru, was telling me, I just feel like you fall off with a lot of people. And I'm like, you're not serious. And then I'm like, okay, I just posted each and every person. Look, Ashley, if we don't become friends with you, if I fall off with you, that doesn't mean I'm falling off with others.
Exactly.
That's on you. That probably you've done something, or probably I've done something to you.
Like, this is clear evidence. Yeah. I keep touch with my other friends. Why am I not keeping touch with you?
Please. So I feel like some people stop taking people for granted. Stop taking your friends for granted.
But actually nikwambie kitu Isaac. Huyo msichana ilikuanga kiboko ya Mungu. Kwa sababu nilikuwa najiuliza kila time ni mimi ninashinda nikikutext.
Exactly. And we've been good friends, and she once told me, like, I feel like we shouldn't try love because I agree a lot of, okay, I don't know, but best friends are your best, should be your best life partners. But then sometimes that person not all. Sometimes someone you've been so much close with friends and all that stuff. Once Mazak introduce love, things go
kuko na upu zingine unaanzanga kunotice about that other
exactly.
How could I notice your 15 years of friendship?
Exactly. Alafu that 1 month, hata ipitagi 1 month.
Hey, 3 weeks. Dojorie. Mimi 2023. Niko like, bebe nimejua huyu mtu kutoka tukua teens class. Like tumelelewa GGV. Why not? Si tujaribu. Guy, wiki 3. Wiki 3 bro.
We are not saying don't try.
Tushaanza kuambiana, acha turudi kwa mabeshte. Like 3 weeks maximum.
But have you realized it's always very odd to go back from romantic dating something to back
to being friends.
It's hard. It's very hard. So hard. It's very hard. Okay, there's these connections can slash 60% of your struggle. If there's something I can't really attest to in this life, it's this.
60%.
For me, I'd even say 100%, man.
Yeah, it's not 60. I think it deserves like a 95.
Exactly. Because
mtu connections uko nazo zitafanya juu chini ufike hapo juu anajua aki for real mi ninataka kusaidia umse. Connections ni important guy. Kama mimi kitu imeniokolea when I was in Rongai, it's the fact that I will forever mention Rehoboth in each and everything I do in this life, because Rehoboth is my best friend. We've been best friends since 2011 tukiwa lower primary, tumetoana lower primary, na huu ni dem naweza sema ni connection. Any film gig yenye nilikuwa na feel hii sitaweza kuingia, nilikuwa kwanza narusha Reho huko and then sasa ananileta like una get like guy trying to explain aje guys ndio mget. There's a time I wanted to be in my entertainment. It's an entertainment production. And then Reho was in my entertainment and I wanted to be in it so bad, but sikuwa naweza hadi kufikiwa na auditions. By the time ninaona poster yao ya cast calling, washafanya auditions na zikaisha. And I wanted to be in it so bad. Unajua nilifanyanga nini? Niliambia Reho, onyesha tu director wenyu TikToks zangu. Hata usiende like kitu kubwa, onyesha tu casually like cheki ubeshte yangu kameweza. Unajua at least kitu kaa hiyo director atakuwa like the lip sync looks so natural. Unajua ataona okay, huyu ako na ka potential kidogo. Kama sio hiyo Isaac, let me tell you, mimi na Maya tungekuwa tunaoneana na kule. Alimonyeshanga after like a week, alikuwa like we mama uko wapi? Sasa penye nilikuwa mgonjwa, siku make kwenda auditions hiyo siku. I was given a chance because of Reho. Ya kurudi auditions. Audition peke yangu because of Reho. Connections bro. Hey, you need connections.
So for me, when I moved to Ghana, my first year, I think I told you, my first month I was like, I don't think I can over here. It's too competitive, the environment,
you don't know anyone,
culture shock, I don't know anyone. So I remember casually one day when I was playing football, good thing ni si tumezoea kucheza miguu tupu, alafu unaenda majuu, umepewa boots, umepewa kila kitu, so you have all everything. Then unacheza, and this guy, there's this friend akakuja kana, okay, Isaac, are you sure you're training with us or you'll be playing football somewhere? And I was like, what?
You're joking, bro.
I used to just play, I didn't want to say on the streets. I just played football at home, like just normal. It's normal. It's not like I have training or anything.
Na ball gani kwanza?
Zile tunashona, zile za karatasi. Yeah. Na unajua there were some wicked kids wale walikuwa wanaekanga hadi mawe ndani ya mchanga.
Ukigonga unaumia jana wewe una viatu.
There are some wicked kids back then. Anyway, sai you kids are advantaged, you're privileged. Sai sionangi ball za karatasi actually.
Okay.
Sionangi. So and then this guy was like, "Oh, I really like how you're playing football, yeah? I feel like you should try and train me, coach me." I was like, "Okay, I have no problem. See, but it's just these times we are free. It's not like I was thinking, okay, so does this guy want me to stop classes? I'm like, okay,
you are children.
I was children. So I remember we used to go for training with him, and then there's this day I was like, okay, no, I want you to come home, come meet my friends, my parents and stuff like that. Bro, do you know when I went to the family? This guy, do you know Royal Media Services? So Royal Media Services in Ghana, this guy's father was a CEO.
Ooh!
Was a CEO, CEO of the Royal Media. In a stronger EIB network, shout out to Pharrell if you ever watch this. Pharrell was a guy, his name was Pharrell. And his dad was called Bolare. Bolare, that's the artist name.
Royal Media sasa Ghana.
Royal Media was a Ghana.
Guy.
And then I remember.
So hiyo ndio mashari yake maniwa huko.
I remember there was a camera in the house and I'm very good with the camera. I just learned camera by myself. And I just casually started taking photos of stuff.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Yeah.
Because Farah was like, oh, you know how to use the camera? Just feel free. It's your place now. It's our place now. Just feel free.
Yeah.
And I remember I took the camera, started snapping. And when I just left the camera over there. And then the dad came in the evening and he saw the photos and was like, Pharrell, are you the one who took this? Pharrell was like, nah, Isaac. And that's how I got favor from that guy. I've never lived on my expenses in Ghana. Never lived on my expenses in Ghana. If I need new clothes, if I need new shoes, new something, you have my number. Can you imagine? I have a number of a CEO somewhere in my contact. And the wife, Dorcas, they became a blessing to me. I've never had to. Jesus, if there's a party, leavers dinner somewhere, I need to be in a nice casual wear. They will be like, Isaac, that one, we have to take care of that. There's an event somewhere, there's a conference, I need to go somewhere. Isaac, you have all you need. Do you have all the attires? I've lived, including shoes.
Kutoka kichwa mpaka chini.
Everything. Na lazima, you can't send someone for a conference without something. I've lived my life in Ghana without my expenses. I don't know, sometimes I'm like, let me not go there. Wacha nikae nyumbani kidogo kwangu, wacha nitulie kidogo. Because, this is just something, connections. And then, through that, if I need anything, if I need I started a charity project when I was there. Because, I felt like, I've been so lucky in my life. And I think people need to, and I'm getting somewhere, so I think I need to also give back. And there's no need for me to engage all the way when I'm coming back to Kenya, when I've already started making money and stuff like that. I was like, with the little I have, the little I am saving, because I'm not living on my expenses now, I can start something. So I remember I started at a 12-man project. We were 12 guys. That's what I'm telling you, I liked doing guys stuff. So 12 guys, called all of them, and then I was like, you know what, there's this school next to us, a primary public school. And then good thing, all of us, all the ones I called was passionate about sports as well. I'm very passionate about sports, actually. So we went to the school, went to do a sightseeing, and then we saw Paliwanaita field. Basically, it's a good place if ingekuwa turned around a bit. And then you know what, this is what we are gonna do. That's what we decided. We contributed 250 cedis. That's like I think 2,500 Kenyan shillings each. That was like a startup, and we were like, you know what, this is not enough. And we were 12, so that was a good amount. We were 12, and like, this is what we are starting up with. Let's make t-shirts and sell those t-shirts. All the profits go into our proceedings. So I'm just giving out ideas and stuff like that. And Kumbe, in the group, someone's parent does the branding and t-shirts. We never spent a dime on that. And then in the group, someone is like, you know what, I can just provide the football post and the nets. You don't have to spend on that as well. So even for me, my we need to raise up funds. Actually, we were just raising up extra funds. Maybe
is a funds and is a food, maybe.
Yeah, the food stuffs and jerseys and stuff like that. I remember, and that's how I got, there's this guy whose father is also the Bank of Ghana now. The central bank of Ghana. So I ended up realizing, in as much as I used to, in my head, I don't think they knew. None of my friends knew. I was the poorest of them over there. But I'm the one with the most ideas. I'm the one. No one knows. God nakwanga poor sana, because I don't think anyone knew where I come from. No one really knew where I come from. So it was, and I think with that, everyone was just respected, and I feel like it's very much important, because you don't need people don't need to know you to respect you. People don't need, for me, I just met this Ajua is a son of a CEO somewhere. I was just,
you just met a kid who wanted to learn how to play football.
Well, and that's how. So for me, I just tell people connections are very important, and it's more of, connections don't come without relationships, without good relations with people. You can't just expect to be linked up with someone you don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to maintain friendships. You need to maintain connections. You need to maintain friendships. And it's because and you don't need to be someone big to have good connections, big connections. Your heart, what is in your heart? That's the most important thing. And what do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? I had the good brains, God alinipatia, and I'm very good with people. I can talk to anyone, literally. Actually, anakuanga na a bit of an issue with that. So connections, connections are very much important. Usi.
Naweza jitetea kidogo.
Unajitetea tu. Unajua unajitetea. Ni Dr. Sara
Naweza jitetea kidogo. Kuna venye unaweza kuwa uligrow up shwali, lakini hata naweza jitetea aje shwali. Hakuna venye naweza jitetea. But anyway, that's one life's cheat code. Tafadhali, you need connections. As much as me one advocate for cutting people off, because there are a lot of people. Kama that group of 13 people that I was in, nearly cut off like 10 of the people in that
3
group.
only.
Yeah, I have, and they're all girls. The 3. Wote ni mashori. Nilionanga. Okay. You see the saying, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. That is not just a saying. As a kid, you will think, even in your early 20s, utafikiria, like it's a lie. Have you seen my friends and me? We are 2 different people. Apana, you guys have a lot in common. You just don't know it yet. You have a lot in common. Nilikuja kurealize, by the way, the reason as to why, as much as I am not saved, I am going further and further away from God. It's because I am with people who don't even know the concept of God. Hawa ni watu hata hawajui order of creation. Hawajui hata hawaamini Mary, mother of Jesus, was a virgin. Wako like, hey, virgin aje? Ati impregnated by the Holy Spirit. Unaona msee anaongea hivyo, huyo ni msee wallahi hamsomei kitabu moja.
Actually, do you know I had a roommate alianzanga I think I told you about it. This roommate who made me start to make me question myself about
philosophers. Yeah. Woo! Kama unataka kusonga mbele spiritually, wewe na philosophers mnafaa kuwa maji na stima. Acha ni kwa guy. Unajua philosophy ni kitu nimesomea shule wewe. Hiyo inaweza kupoteza.
I also did a similar course. It was called Theory of Knowledge. Yeah? That course basically questions everything. So imagine if you start questioning everything. Let me tell you, if you try and question because of the Bible, you don't understand something.
Especially if your faith is not as strong.
Exactly, you don't understand.
Kuna vitu mingi sana utaanza kuona na hapa watu na
So that's why I don't for me, even if I was praying sometimes to get deeper revelations when I'm reading the word, sometimes I was like, you know what, ukiona umeanza ku question your faith in God, funga hiyo Biblia, achana na hiyo maombi, toka nje kwanza, breathe in. Please stop.
Yeah.
And then I've seen something else over here. For men, winning starts when you learn to control your lust. For men, winning starts when you learn to control your lust.
Adjust your mic, Kawakuski.
Man, guys out there,
yeah.
If you want to win in this life, learn. You know, a man who learns how to control his lust, his wants, his needs. I think that's a very powerful man.
What do you think when it happened for women for them to start winning? Winning starts for women. Winning starts.
I think I should ask you. For me, I know for women you don't have to do much, and it's very much unfair.
Napendanga kusikia perspectives za watu kwanza.
It's very much unfair. For a woman, you don't need anything, man. Hata makeup na miniskirt.
For you to start winning.
Hata makeup na miniskirt.
I think, no, not I think, I am very sure. Growing up imefanya ni realize for a woman, winning starts when you learn how to shut up.
Okay.
How and when to shut up.
Okay, that's very true.
Juu si kila time you're needed kunyamaza. Kuko na time walai they need you to open your mouth and speak. Sure. Juu ukiongea hiyo chenye umesema ndio itaokoa watu. But sasa we una decide. Si tuliambiwa na Ashley we are shut it up. I am going to shut up in this situation. But your time you actually need to speak.
I feel like
but there's a time you need to actually keep quiet and listen. Because when you listen, you will learn a thing or two.
True, very true.
A woman's greatest weapon ni mdomo yake. Ndio maana anafaa kulearn kunyamaza.
And it's no excuse to the guys as well to always be, out there trying and saying things to go your way and stuff like that. So you also need to listen to your person, and
not necessarily your person.
Everyone. I'm talking about everyone. Generally, you need to listen. And for guys, especially, last a guy, you have two heads for a guy, and normally the lower head is mostly the most dangerous thing. It's probably the most dangerous body part you have in your body, because sometimes, because for me, I feel like it's like a hand. A hand for me, it's like not part of me. Okay, it's a part of me. It's not me. It's a part of me. If that makes sense. I feel like for manhood, for us men, your head over there, it's like part of you. It's not really you. And if you let that part of you control you, then there's something wrong about you. You lose a lot if you let that control you, because half the times I've had friends who open up and they're like, sometimes after you've done something you're like, okay, I don't think that was
clarity.
I don't think that was worth it.
Yeah.
I don't think that was worth it. And then again, it's a very it's a very few minutes you do whatever you do, and then the guilt stays with you forever.
Guilt.
The guilt stays. Okay, I know some of you out there hamna guilt.
Kuko na watu wanapewa huko nje.
I know some of you hamna guilt, but then for a man who can say no when no is needed, a man who can say wait when wait is needed.
Yeah.
A man who can a man who can walk out of a situation where he sees things are not going away. That's someone very, very powerful. And you won't see it now, but you see it in future. And then you realize, because for me, sometimes when I come back to the country, and I'm really just talking about last on just sexual life, all other stuff. There are those who last for fame, there are those who last for power, money, stuff like that. All that is last. And then for me, when I come back to the country, Kenya, and I meet up with people I grew up with, people I studied with, and I'm like, okay, some are even okay, sometimes okay, even here at Kenoru Stadium, I go sometimes over there to see those who are playing basketball, and then I happen up to stumble up on people I know, and then they greet me, and I'm like, okay, are you sure you're the same guy I used to know back then?
Why?
Because the way
How different do they look?
They're so different. Some guys work on piercings, some of them. I'm actually if you're like, okay, when did this one lastly have a bath? Anakusalimia, you're like, okay, huyu ametoka kuziwaka saa hii. Ametoka kuziwaka saa hii.
Akili yako inazunguka Isaac.
I'm being so serious. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? And then, I talk around with some people, and they're like, this one happened to this one, and and I'm like, all that, there's a time for everything. What you mean there's a time for everything.
So what do you think is the best time kuwaka?
Ukiwa na pesa mingi yako yenye unafanyia kazi wewe unazoziwaka
yenye umefanyia
kazi
itakuja juu utakuwa ushafanya kazi.
Exactly. And then ukiziwaka you go broke again, and then you realize it's not worth it. It's not worth it because you're spending a lot of time. Maybe you're 8 to 5 person, 8 in the kwa asubuhi kwa ofisi, 5 ndio unatoka jioni, and then all that for a month, and then ukipata you're going to unaenda kulewa, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me, I've never seen the reason why. Okay, people have all kind of reasons, but I've never had a reason niziwake nilewe kidogo. I've never seen a reason. Never. Afadhali niamke. Unajua Omosh ndo alikuwa
mimi nimeona reason.
Omosh
if you don't have God in your like in your life, utakuwa na spenyo. Utakuwa na space ya vitu mingi useless. Unajua wewe uzuri ni eti you accommodated ulijifinya uka create like a very huge space of God to be in your life, to a point these other things hazina space because God ndio amedominate. Sasa let me speak from view ya mse mwenye kuna a period of time hakupea hata Holy Spirit space ya kustretch. Oh Buddha. Mtu anaweza kuwa akikusikiza na kuangalia kwa like hiki saa kinasema. Now what are you saying, sir? Like what do you mean uko na dhao kwa mfuko na hujashika kuota? Na a lot of youths in this country, ni waita youths. Okay, a lot of people when they turn 18, let me just say
young people.
a lot of young people in their late teens and their early 20s wanaonanga indio like nimetoka kwa mzazi, ni masaa yangu ya kushine.
Freedom.
Hii ni masaa yangu ya kushine. If okay, hii ni kitu wewe na Favor mlifanya ni realize. If you are like me, you are going through a depressive stage and you had zero idea you are going through that, it is so understandable when unajikuta at a point in your life you're even questioning the existence of God. Cause hata wewe mwenyewe hauna idea nini na go on kwa akili yako. But the minute unaketi chini unaanza kujirestructure, una realize vitu zingine, unaona vitu ka depression, vitu zingine hata ni lack of God in your life ndio zinaletanga. Unaona vitu ka depression, musilipige bipolar,
anxiety.
Aki musilitwange ni fact.
It's true.
Ni ukweli.
That's true.
Lack of faith and trust and full trust in God inaweza leta some thoughts and some, I don't want to call them diseases, but issues, mental issues,
conditions.
Yeah, because you are not accommodating the positivity of Christ.
But yeah, some things as a child of the Most High, some things you find cool experience at all.
Thank you.
If you know your place in the kingdom, and and I'm not trying to deviate this conversation to more of preaching, but then there's some things now like what okay go throughout there and I'm like, oh jajitambua, you need to know yourself, you need to know your worth.
Niko na swali sasa juu tumeingia kwa hiyo topic. Niko na swali. Now a situation where okay, do you listen to Pastor T Mwangi?
No.
Okay, he's a pastor who talks about experiences za youth sana. Huyu ni mtu ashaikuwa secular music industry at one point, and then akarealize huku ni wapi? And then sasa he like okokad, he's a very known and loved preacher. So Pastor T was talking about the rejection spirit, and he was saying there are a lot of kids from jump, like kutoka uzaliwe till you turn a certain age, hawajuangi they carry the spirit of rejection. Na anasemanga hizi ni vitu zinatokanga kwa tumbo, like haujui ulitoka nayo. Reason as to why unaona si tulikuwa tunaongelea LGBTQ tu sahi. There are people when before they were born, mama akiwa na born ako like mimi nataka kasichana. Na anaisema na throughout hizo 40 weeks anashinda 40 to 41 weeks anashinda tu amesema vile her desire ni kupata dem, hadi the dad ana speak nikaa anaongelea kadem kwa tumbo. Unajua African si kila mtu huenda gender reveal, kujua gender, not everyone. Kuko na wengi, wangapi wanaendanga hata skani? Wengi hawaendangi. So at birth anaambia bouncing baby boy, ashachafuka roho, cause deep down ye alikuwa ameaccept them. Unajua this is already a kid who has been rejected na gender peke yake. Hatuguzili zile rejections za umekuja kwa life wakati mzazi wako wako frustrated. Hatuguzili zile rejections za mzazi wako alikuwa anataka kukupeana ama kukutoa, akajipata guy niko 4 months pregnant, siwezi toa. By the time anazaa, wazazi wake wako on her neck, wanamwambia huyu utalea, utake usitake. Unajua huyo ni mtu yata grow up already akiwa rejected. Some things zinaweza kufuata, you feel rejected to a point, you feel like alcohol is the only thing that is accepting you. You feel like maybe smoking weed is the only thing that is accepting you. Una feel huyo boy mwenye anakugeuzanga kama pancake is literally the only person he has ashawahi ku accept.
Okay,
but one thing about humans what tunasahau ni you can't be hated by everybody. Hadi shetani hachukiwi na kila mtu. Na ni sheito. Can you imagine kuko na mtu anamkanga anapiga magoti ku worship shetani na anajua ni shetani ana worship?
Also, I feel like for something like that, it starts with yourself. Okay. I think people should understand it's more of what you put in yourself. Listen, there's kuna umezaliwa, you've been rejected and all that stuff, but it's more of who you see yourself as. Najua it can't be hard. It can't be hard when everyone around you is. Trust, I've been in similar situations. I've grown up. Okay, one thing about being liked by people older than you is that your peers don't see that as a good thing. They see it as a as wanajipendekeza.
Aizo kona kierere
na mbona and
relate.
And you know, so gaining I when I grew up, I gained favor from older people more than my peers. My peers, and that was an issue because let's say tumeenda nje kucheza ball and we are selecting teams, no one wants to select you and stuff like that. And for me it was like, you're just petty people. I used to like, in my head, you're just petty people. You're very petty, and I'll just fix myself somewhere and they play. The thing is, even if we may grow up in a rejection and all that stuff, it all starts with yourself, and then the mechanisms you use to cope. Because babu, yes, it might be hard. It can be hard. For me, I remember there's a point in my life. Those around me helping me come up, they used to think I'm not okay, and so they even used to book counseling sessions for me. I used to go with a counselor and I'm like, no, because I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I don't have anything to say. I'm perfectly fine. I'm okay.
You're healthy.
I'm healthy. I'm eating good. I'm sleeping good. I'm talking to people. Mi labda kaa uko na kitu ya kuniambia, labda hao clients wengine wanakujanga wamekumwagia vitu, wananimwagia pia mimi.
Ni show.
I remember the counselor. Okay, I think one thing ilifanya niseme hivyo because the counselor told me, anything we talk about here, it's just between the two of us. I was like, oh really? Okay, niambia hao watu wanakujanga. Si utaambiana. So ni sisi tu. Because like for me, I remember for me, I was like, I don't need counseling at all.
Yeah.
It was a phase in my life where I used to be like, I don't really care what people had to say.
Yeah.
And I was young.
Yeah.
I was in class 6.
Counseling class 6. Hey, that was young.
Class 6. And I don't care what people have to say. And I think that's one thing I've gone along with, because even going to a different country, taking up position spots where even the locals are not taking.
Yeah.
It was not something really for them to be happy about, But it was one thing I really had. Never really cared what people had to say. Yeah, I was like, I am a child of the most. I'm so favored. I am very smart. I am very intelligent. I am good with people. People are not good with me. I'm good with people.
So, niko na swali. What kind of conversations were you having with the older kids when you were younger?
Okay, that's one thing I really tried to understand.
Inaweza build hadi vile mse atajiperceive.
The
kind of conversations
I don't really understand, but I remember I used to admire lots. I think maybe most kids wanakuanga hivyo, like, mimi nataka kuwa kama nani. Nataka. And I remember I used to, even there was this doctor, what was his name? I can't really remember his name. I was young, but there's this doctor I loved seeing every time I used to go to chemo. There's this doctor I loved seeing. So I started walking like him. I started dressing like him. I started just doing stuff,
Yeah.
That made me, make me feel like, I'm also as important,
Did anyone try to finyilia that side of you?
Okay, I think okay, listen, there's family houses grew up with were very good people, very nice people. And that's all I had. That's all mattered for me.
You're your point.
That's all mattered for me.
Mbele nyuma, like.
Okay, but I'm not saying everyone was entirely for me.
Not everyone. I'm saying, was there at least one person mwenye moja tu? Unajua, all you need, by the way, as a human being, all you need kwanza as a growing kid, ni yule mmoja tu anakuaminia.
Okay, yeah.
Mmoja tu, unahitajingi tu mmoja. Uko sawa.
Yeah, and there was. Okay, for me it was not even one. There were a couple of them.
Yeah.
But it was not everyone. That's the point. And I grew up in a very large place with a lot of people, very large community.
A lot of kids. Yeah.
And even wale wenye walikuwa wananiaminia, ilikuwa used to like, okay, this is just maybe 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Among all these other people.
Out of 30.
And I grew up in a community like literally a lot of kids, a lot of mothers, a lot of, and it was so bad, actually, to a point of even there's a mother. Imagine I'm a 12, 13-year-old. There's a mother who is over 40 somewhere having issues with me. What?
Hiyo ni topic ya siku ingine. Kuko na mama wengine tu wao wanakatia msee.
Like why aren't you happy seeing a kid growing up?
Umeniacha na miaka 40 something.
Hata mtoto wako mkubwa anaweza kuwa babangu.
I know. Like,
please.
Your oldest son, there's a possibility.
Yeah?
Aliblana.
Labda.
Akaacha junior age mate wangu.
Imagine. And then woke up, you're trying to. I remember before I joined Ghana, before I left for Ghana.
Yeah.
Lots of sorry to say this. I'm sorry if any one of you will hear this, but there are lots of mothers out there that are like, they used to tell my mom, we don't think Isaac should go. We don't think Isaac should go. Isaac had to go. Isaac will come back.
Isaac who?
Isaac Mimi, yeah. Isaac atatoboa, Isaac will come back. Isaac atarudi hapa Kenya, aanze kutafuta kazi hapa Kenya. Okay. Good thing is the choice was mine.
Yeah.
The choice was mine.
Yeah.
And once I said I'm going,
whether
even my own mom is being told other stuff.
Yeah.
And good thing is my mom, even after listening to all that stuff, my mom would be like,
aliwaziba.
My mom was like, Isaac, do you still want to go?
Yes,
once again. I'm like, just know I'm behind you.
Yeah.
I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Shout out to mom, she's been there for me since, and I feel like because of her, I've been able to, to go levels and heights I couldn't imagine, and I feel like that's what we need, mothers and the upcoming mothers out there, and just trust in your child. Don't atakama, amekuja the wrong timing ama anything.
Yeah.
You need them.
Shout out to Isaac's mom, seriously.
Okay, and there are lots of other people back there. Lots of not so many, but then there are some. Yeah. Everyone who's ever believed in me, sapatana to siku moja. Yeah. So I feel like that's one thing y'all should understand out there. It's for me as a Kama, okay, I think I needed this. I really needed the support of my mom and everyone, but I knew I was so much determined that, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to. But
I feel like if you didn't have your mom's support,
my mom's would have been different. It would have been difficult.
Ingekuwa story completely different.
Difficult, yeah. So I feel like we all need that. I understand that we all need that humanly approval or something, but
unahitaji tu ya moja, unahitaji tu moja positive, hizo zingine kani negative. We really don't care.
Imagine hiyo mmoja anaweza kuwa wewe kwa kioo hapo.
I know.
Kwa kioo hapo. Just go look at yourself and you're like, by the way,
damn, mimi ni mali.
You're mali. You can do this. You know what? You don't need your friends' approval. You don't need your brother's approval. You need yourself. And then most importantly, even waking up is not by you. There's something.
Yeah, true.
You come you believe in Allah or whoever. There's just that one supreme being who controls everything.
Yeah.
So you should have that. Because for me, I think when my life started taking shape was when I actually got saved back in 2018. It was around September over there. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to give my life to Christ.
Yeah.
And trust, since that day, my life has gone.
Hakuna kurudi nyuma.
I look at my trajectory. Yeah, there are times it was like this, But since that day, I've always just been like.
Yeah.
I look at myself, I look at my life, and maybe what it would have been without God, without support from some people, I've been like, nah.
Yeah.
Maybe two upper high school Kenya. Maybe I would have just ended up like maybe a lot of other kids out there are on a degree and they're not having jobs out there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad, but then I'm just looking at myself.
A lot of the time your spirituality ndio ina determine vile vitu zako zitaenda. There's a friend of mine who was asking, and this is a question I would want ujibu, because I really want to hear your opinion. She was asking, kwa nini hawa watu they are not prayerful, they don't attend maybe church, they don't even read the Bible. Anaweza sema na lazima niingie hii set, na trust me, hata kama hata audition akipitia tu hapo kwa hiyo set ataingia.
Okay.
Alikuwa anauliza, na sasa hizo wewe umeomba, umetoa tithe jamani, umeserve kanisani, ni kama dunia inaisha, and then unataka the same set and it's not getting in your favor. alikuwa anauliza what usually happens.
Okay, for Christians, for Christians, no one says Christianity is easy. I feel like that's what most Christians don't understand.
Yeah.
Christianity is not easy. Look at the first the early church, Kina Apostle Paul, and look at the persecution they went through.
Peter.
Exactly. Look at the persecution they went through. Christianity is not easy.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, kwanza mtu ameokoka, shetani ako na haja na wewe sana kuliko na mtu hajaokoka.
Sure.
So you get to realize the trying moments when you're actually saved are more
than when you are not. True.
But that doesn't mean things are not going out your way, things are not working out your way. Kuna sababu kama umeomba umetoa tayari umefanya kila kitu. Trust me, kuna sababu Mungu hajakupatia hiyo kazi. I wanted the topmost position in my school back in Ghana. And I remember I had earned every other person's favor and everything. And I remember when I went for my interview, I feel like we were 4 of us, yeah. And out of the 4, there are 2 strong candidates everyone knew. That was me and then another friend of mine. It's called Papa Kuku. And I remember Papa. I remember when I went to visit Papa one of these days before the interview. I found Papa in an online call with a counselor, someone trying to advise him how to go about the interview. It's a big position. It's a big position. So Papa is also very prayerful. He goes to church. Sometimes he ministers as well. So it's someone I really liked engaging with, talking, having. I looked up to at some point too, and he had the same mutual respect to me.
Yeah.
So it was we went for the interview, and then after the interview, of course, there was like a score sheet, and that was the first round. Yeah. And the first round I hear in the score sheets was Papa and I neck on neck, the topmost favorite candidates. And so we don't know what happened, but a few weeks later, when it was now being officially announced, at the head of students in the school, student government, president, it's not Papa, it's not me, it's someone else. And so it brought a whole controversy in the entire school.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, wait, how? We all
top candidate.
Yeah, we all knew if it's not Isaac, it's Papa.
Yeah.
And we were okay with either of them.
Yeah.
And so it brought a lot of controversy. The guy who got it was actually a good friend of mine. Also a good friend of mine. But it was someone I was like, okay. Yeah, I knew. Okay. Yeah, he actually came and told her. He called the 2 of us and was like, we're still in a government. We're like, we'll support you, still do everything, we'll work with you. Leave alone the controversies. Leave alone the controversies that is around and everything.
Yeah.
We told him we'll support you. Sorry. So we told him we'll still support you and everything.
Yeah.
But then I got to realize, in as much as I was in the 2nd most senior position, Papa was in the 3rd most.
Yeah.
And then I got to realize.
Alishuka kutoka juu mpaka 3rd.
Who?
Papa.
No, we were all like, okay, so basically, you know how they are just ni kama high school nasikianga vile hata kama kuna president nasikianga entertainment kuna vile nakuanga juu bado ama dining hall kuna
wewe unacheza.
So it was that we are all heading different departments, but then in ranks unaona it's president, then there's me, then there's so it's that position, then there's this position. But basically for me, we all looked mates when we were working. Because I remember even after that, I remember telling God, asking God what happened, and when we got on to work and stuff like that, we realized actually the president was just more of a ceremonial position. It's no more. There's nothing. It's just ceremonial. Okay, for us, we're the ones
not for you.
And then I was like, okay, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Could we talk about meetings and come and pass the information to other people and watch it being implemented? And I was like, that's not for me. I want to serve the people.
Yeah.
And this was for me. I was more with the people. I'm down with the people. Even if it's a big position, I still get down to people. I still talk to people, and I feel like that's where I engaged more with people. That's why I felt like this is where I am. So some things I don't even know where we ended up there, but then there are some things. Okay, yeah, it was
rejection.
About and prayer, and when you're praying as a Christian, and it might be the place, maybe that set, maybe that position, maybe that's something you wanted. God was like, ukiwa hapo utaniserve, ukiwa hapo you won't do good, and I want you as my servant.
Utafanya kazi yenye watu wanataka ufanye. Yeah.
And for you're my servant. You're someone I want to use you to other people.
Yeah.
So it's more of a relax. I want to remember Mungu. Okay, right now as we are talking, I'm supposed to be in school. I'm supposed to have gotten my visa to go to US.
Yeah.
But I have my interview scheduled all the way in November. My classes start in September. And I'm not even worried about it.
Uncle,
God.
rejection is redirection.
Yeah, God will take over. Kama God ataka niende by September nitakuwa shule kama God amesema.
Yeah.
Kama God anasema ni hiyo November and I'll go January.
November, imagine.
And I'll go January. Whether I have other plans or not, it's God. Yeah. And I'm like, it's once you've already prayed, because I've prayed about it, I've already talked to them.
Maybe after God wants you to have like a better opportunity than the one you're going to have right now.
Exactly. So I've even talked to Bishop about it. So I'm like, Bishop, God, everything is working for you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, don't shake. Umnaomba, you're sure you're faithful about it.
Yeah.
You're doing the right thing. Don't mind about these other things.
Facts.
Don't mind about these other things.
When you were talking about the women, wale wa madhe.
Oh mama. But I love you all. Litu wengine hamko mnanipenda lakini mimi nilikuwa nawapenda.
Manze, mtoto hachukianangi. Mtoto huwa hachukiani by the way. Hachukianangi. But when you were talking about it, nilikumbukanga ile time. Nilikwambianga I failed my KCSE. Hey, flat. Ile you cannot deny. Hata hamwezi boost. Kind of failing. Hata by the way, ilini surprise. Mimi sikuwa na expect. Sikuwa na perform hivyo high school. Nilikuwa ninatulia nikidoze jua ilini surprise. But anyway, I got surprised. When I was crying, mamangu akakuja na nonchalant akaketi hapo kando yangu akaniuliza, sasa unalia nini? Mimi ninataka uniambie ni course gani unaona hii grade inaweza fanya na itakubamba. Like ali specify on itakubamba. Nikamwambia media. And she was like, okay, umepita nini? Nimepita languages, nimepita humanity moja na nimepita mao. Akaniambia uko sawa. Wewe hata grade yako sasa ndio inakushangaza sasa. Ulikuwa na expect utapata nini ka CD chemistry? Chemistry is not your thing. Haya, nionyeshe ni wapi chemistry inatumika media. Hadi nikatulia. Akaniambia hata hiyo law ulikuwa unataka, nionyeshe ni wapi chemistry inatumika kwa law. And I was like, okay. You're onto something. Sawa basi. Tukaendelea. So when most wewe sijui vile itatokea, but watu wengi sana kanisani vile walisikia I am still going to campus na ile grade nimepata, watu waliacha mouth agape. Unapeleka huyu Nairobi na hii grade, like huyu atakuletea mimba, huyu by 23 atakuwa na watoto wawili. By 23 years old atakuwa ashaolewa. In short, unapelekea vijana wa Nairobi bibi. Imagine that is what they were telling my mom. Okay. And these are people who are supposed to be her friends.
Na ni kwa kanisa.
Na ni kwa kanisa bro.
Kanisa zetu pia tunafanya.
Na ni kwa kanisa. Nakwambia on the way kwa hiyo gari mama yangu tu alinichuna akakuja hapo backseat. Akaniambia ako ka period before uingie shule, umesikia chenye watu walikuwa wanasema. Niko like akaniambia wewe jua haujaenda Nairobi kurusha suruari. Umeenda kusoma. So it's either you prove them right or wrong. And I was like, okay. She didn't mention anything about ati sijui kuokoka nini. Hata yeye alikuwa anajua I'm going through it. Life was literally kicking me in the diabs. She knew. Alikuwa anajua hata mimi kufail. It was circumstantial.
Shout out to Mama Ashley.
I know. Daktari wewe tunakupenda wewe.
Penda.
So she knew. Na alikuwa anajua kufailia Ashley was circumstantial. Si tu mtoto ni mjinga. Ni eti akiamua kusoma bro. Atasoma. But sleeping was her coping mechanism with the things that were like going on in her life. So when I went there, I even forgot. Ushawahi like ziba a certain part of your brain. Unasahau hata nini inaendelea home, nini inaendelea in your environment. Nilisahau. And I can say yes, partying and drinking was like my mechanism ya kusahau nini inaendelea. But let me tell you something for a fact. Kama kuko na period, Mungu amenishikilia hata kama ninamwambia niachilie. Ni hiyo time. Ni hiyo time. ni hiyo period for real. Ni hiyo time. So in guy, mi kitu tu nilikuwa najua, mamangu anaaminia mimi nitatoka hapa nikiwa uhai, nitatoka hapa nikiwa one piece bila ka degree kengine. Kama madhe anaaminia hivyo, the rest, by the way, hata niseme nini, niseme nitakuwa married and divorced.
And that's another part of, having,
as long as you have that one person. Unajua, there are a lot of people I was meeting in school. Kwanza the people ninakwambia nilicut off. Tulikuwa tunapatana na wao shule, una realize mkibonga niwe peke yake uko na a supportive parent. Wewe tu, the rest vile wanaongelea wazazi wao mpaka uko like hii siwezi changia.
Unanyamaza.
Hadi unaelewa mbona mse ako na anxiety issues, mbona mtu ako depressed vibaya sana. Unaelewa mbona unaweza ingia kwa room ya mtu upate akilia, utoke tu ukifunga mlango. Juu hata hauwezi jua sasa anaweza kuwa akililia nini this time. Like ako na real life issues. Issues zenye unaona hii hata nikikupea a shoulder to lean on haikusaidii. Unamwacha tu, unaenda tu unamshikia quarter, unakuja unamuuliza shot.
See, again, that's another power of having supporting moms.
Yeah,
moms are very important. Very, very much important. So lazima awe biological. Anyone you call a mom and has been there for you, they're very
can be even your spiritual mom.
Yeah, very, very important figure to you. Hata mimi naonanga Bambero akionanga nimerudi, I'm like, oh, you're back, anafurahi. It's a joy, you know.
Bambero was one of the people wenye walikuwa wananiambia, sasa ka grade kama haka ndio kana kushtua. Like she was so supportive. Hadi nilikuwa like, by the way, there are two women I don't need to let down. Ni hao mama wawili yake.
You know,
their words,
it's very much important. Mimi, for me, my mom at half the time she doesn't understand what I'm doing in school, but she's like, you know what, I'm always praying for you. I'm always praying for you. I'm happy for you, and I'll be there for the graduation. I'll be there, and I'll always be behind you. But for me, my mom, the only advice my mom, na imagine hata atukaangi chini atu tunakuwa na conversation. My mom ananiambianga, I'm just not ready to become a grandma, and that's it.
I think mimi na mamako tumeongea longer conversation
than me. Than me. Mimi hata mama nikipigia saa atakuza tu uko home, uko poa, niko church na ni hivyo.
Tuko haya bye.
Uko poa, tutaonana. That's it. And it's for me, it's for me those important. I remember there was a time I left home without telling her. I was like, I can ambia nikwambia niko Nairobi, niko Buruburu. Niaje na huko niambia niko poa, niambia wewe si wajua bora tu bado usilete mtoto. Evil, and that was it. And I've loved, and for me I've loved it because like that means my mom, yes, and an advice, but she trusts me a lot. She knows, I can count on this one, This is one person. There's a day I almost melted. My mom, literally, I don't think I've ever had my mom saying I love you. My mom said, I was like, I love you. And I felt like, yo, this is, and we were alone. I was not alone. We were lots of other, I'd call my kids.
Isaac.
Yeah, nakupenda, I love you. And that was for me, that was when I felt like, this is when I started making my mom proud, That time, I called them.
She's always loved and been proud of you.
No, I felt like this is the time
of Africa in her.
Yeah, But then for me, I'd called all other kids, I'm leaving the following day to Nairobi. Yeah. I want to, have a moment with everyone before I leave. Everyone around the village, I've called them. Tumeleta pizza, Omosh was there, tumeleta.
I think ilikuwa ile time uli celebrate birthday yako before urudi shule.
Yeah. So I've called everyone, having there was this just moment, I think I told you, everyone was like, they need to say something.
Yeah.
Every single person in that house said something. And I think it was that time Baraka told me, Emmanuel was like, I don't know, just go do what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Just go do what you do. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Go and make us proud out there. And so it was moments like those I felt like, I really have to make it. I have no choice.
Yeah.
I have no choice. Even if for me it was more of a I'm doing this for myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for myself.
Yeah.
But then after that day I was like, you know what?
I'm not doing this for just
me. It's just not me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids out there looking up at me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who'll be like, Even when I go, some of them I go to their schools to hear them. The joy you see in their faces, like, that's my brother. That's we grew up with him, and like this is something, I feel like this is something they're looking up to. This is something they can do as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be. Imagine you do your stuff. Sometimes you're just doing your stuff, but then you don't know the number of people you're motivating there.
Yeah.
People who are looking up to you.
Yeah.
So unaweza kuwa ingia point unasema, after all,
it's just for me.
It's my life. You don't care. There are people who are looking up to you. If you don't know.
Sure.
There are people who are looking up to you, and probably wanakuangalia wanasema baby mimi nitakuwa kama Ashi. Now I don't know, probably unaonanga tu you're just doing your stuff. You're doing your stuff. Kuna mtu labda kuna mtu hii church anakuangalia Ashi.
Actually, church. When I was graduating in 2022. Hiyo time bado sikuwa nimeokoka bro. Niliokokanga 2023 April. So it was my graduation. Nilikuwa na hangover mbaya. Aki mom na daddy pole.
Walikuja graduation na
kujua. Hadi nilishindwa kukula lunch ya graduation yangu. Hangover bro.
Ile graduation dinner yetu mama anajua vile tulikula. Mama alikuwa na shida.
Nilikula dinner. Hiyo kiadho, like my relatives wako hapo, the only thing I ate was cake and like 2 pieces of chicken peke yake. Unajua wasapere wakipika. Wamepika bro. Hey, sikuweza kukula, but anyway. So tukiwa huko
nilikuwa nje, sikubeba familia mzima. So it was just a nice cute little dinner.
Sisi tulikuanga kila mtu. Hey.
Actually my mom was on at the dishes because she's come 3 days. Ajakupea story, she barely survived over there. See, the food was so spicy, so oily, and then I remember mimi niko hapo kando yake I'm enjoying. Mimi nikamwambia unakumbuka my first year when I came back nakata nyama na kaka mdogo. Nakumbuka my first year when I came back na nimekonda, si ndio? Sikuache huko mwaka moja ndio ujue.
Hey, lakini Mungu tu atamprovide huyo.
Alikuwa ananiambia if she stayed for one more day over there, I don't think she was telling me I can stay one more day over there.
Anakula na fasha
Angekuwa
ya pilipili na ni moto.
Hata si wanasema the spice, the level of oil, it was just too much for her to handle. I was like, you know what?
It is well.
Mwambia anza kuzoea hiyo mambo.
Sasa hebu imagine so ukimpeleka US
anza kuzoea.
So on my graduation
atabeba ugali.
By the way kuna kwanga na unga though. Uko na unga.
Yeah.
Anyway, on my graduation now my she's now 14. Hiyo time she was 12. Na ilikuwa grade 6. Na ndio CBC hii introduction ya the new curriculum ndio ilikuwa imekuja. So she was doing her final exams za grade 6. Ndio sasa ingia junior high. Bro, we are sitting with this story. Unaona wale wase hawezi fikiria they watch you at all. At all. Mimi nimelelewa Meru, amelelewa Membli. Like we have zero things in common. Like maisha yangu tu inakuanga tu iko tu bora kinapumua. Saizo yake inakuanga articulated. Ni wale wanajipanga.
Wamejipanga.
Acha nikwambie, tukiwa tumeketi hapo after tumekata keki, tumeketi tunakula. Yeye na brother yake wakakuja. Brother yake ndio alikuwa anamaliza form class 8 ya mwaka aingia form 1. So hawa ni candidates hao wawili. Tumeketi hapo, wakakuja wakaketi hapo kando yangu. And then Reho was somewhere kulain Moshene, one of my aunties. Juu tulikuwa na yeye hapo akaniacha akaenda. So I think walionanga huyu ameenda, wacha sasa tukuje tumshow. Sa the brother started and he was like, Ash manze huwa unani-inspire. Guy. Unajua mpaka zilishuka. Ushaijita meeting. Ukaanza kujiambia kama nina lega hivi.
Nafali. Na nikiwa serious.
Kai, na sasa nikijiita mkutano. Nikamgeukia nikamuuliza, "PJ uko serious?" Ako like, "For real, me who unani-inspire. Like you live your life, you're always happy."
Ajui behind the scenes.
I am always happy, you mean? It took me, hizo words zilinihaunt for like 3 months, 4 months. Nikijiuliza kwa nini ninaishi hivi? Like hii life ilianza aje? Cause sikuwa hivi kitambo. Mimi nilikuwa mse akigai, nilikuwa napenda God hizo. Nikiwa Salema, enzi za Salem, lakini nilikuwa napenda God.
Salem is a good school. Salem brings up.
Nilipotea lini? Udema ananiambia ati anakumbukanga when I entered high school. Other like younger and teenager kids kwa shag hawako wanataka kuinteract na tutu toto tudogo, lakini mimi nilikuwa nakuja nacheza nao, like ilifikanga point hadi wakaanza kushuku nikaenda kwa spectrum.
But actually, that's one thing I also grew up with. I felt like kulikuanga na hiyo transition when people, actually I'm not so much close with people I grew up with, like wale walikuwa older a bit, cause kulikuwa na hiyo time mtu ameenda high school, I don't know, sijui kulikuwa na class ingine high school, I don't know, people hawataki kuinteract na kids.
I know.
And for me that was so off. I'm like, guy,
mimi nilikuwa naenda tu na wachezesha tu randomly, wakisema tupeleke kwa ng'ombe, ndio huyo mimi na maraba zangu kwa ng'ombe. So like nili create an environment to
and I feel like that's people don't understand. High school kids kama kuna wanna watch this. Okay, for me it's like never forget where you've come from and never forget what you liked doing, what you liked as a kid that you think other kids would like.
Actually, that is what builds you as an adult.
Exactly.
Woo.
Exactly, because like for
teenager you is not you at all.
Exactly.
Ni pia zako ndio who influence vile utaishi as a teenager, to be honest. But as an adult unarudingi vile ulikuanga before uingie kwa teenager. That child you
know, for me, people even back then, I still go back to where I grew up, you know, because it's still kids over there.
Yeah.
I mean, people have moved out. It's just kids over there coming up. I still go back over there. Actually, nara kama niko formal leave.
Yeah.
I'll remove my shirt, and I'll play with shorts, them. I play football with them, play with them, and for me, that's, you know, if you hear them talk, I so kujanga, you know, they're telling the others now.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a time now to all of us. And I said, mbona nyinyi hamkujanga, hizo wanakujanga. No, I feel like, you know, that's something they really own it, and then like, this is one of us, this is someone. And you know, imagine after sometimes maybe I've just gone for a form of visit somewhere and something, I am with the guest and people wanasikia, I saw utakuja kucheza na sisi, and I'm like, okay.
Kidogo one minute. Niweze kujitoa hapa.
You know, it's a bit like, niko na wageni, wanasikia nacheza. I'm like, you know what? It's something I've always been, you know, proud of, you know, but like for me, I loved when someone older would come and play with us.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Oh my God.
Loved it very much.
Mtu feel so seen.
You know, you're important as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, kids they feel no important actually when I feel lazy.
Kwanza mkiongea mko like and then you come like wanna feel kweli I'm not part of you guys.
You know we should you guys learn how to reconnect, learn how to appreciate.
Hiyo ndio ilifanya nijiite mkutano Isaac. Juu nilikaa hivi nikaanza kujiuliza guy, every day, I'm not kidding, every day nikiwa kwa balcony ya sister yangu nilikuwa tunaketi hivi na I could spend hours trying to figure out nilipotelea wapi. Nikiona sija figure out leo, kesho kuna siku
utakaa hapo tena.
Na najua obviously si kila siku nitakuwa kwa nyumba. Kuko na times sijui tumepata project na Reho, sijui tunaenda wapi, tumetumwa tao. Like utapata maybe once a week ndio I have like a minute of solitude. Na usisahau mimi niko hii kuregarega na Reho bado. Sunday Reho ataamka kwenda church. Mimi nitadozi. Sasa hiyo Sunday ndio siku yangu sasa ya kujiita mkutano. Siku anajiuliza kwa nini Reho ako church, mimi niko kwa nyumba. Like haiko ina connect akishetani.
Ni mbaya.
Vile nili-connecting niko like by the way, I think yote inaanza with my salvation.
It makes me remember kuna this category of Christians wanakuanga mimi naweza omba kwa nyumba. I don't need to go to church.
Wacha wewe. Hakuna watu nikasirisha kama hao.
Yes, that category.
Tutaketi tuongee lakini one way or another nitaingiza kanisa kwa story.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah.
That category mimi nitaomba tu peke yangu and stuff like that. Okay, and then you know, back in school, you know, there's this auditorium we used to use basically for everything. Yeah. And sometimes students would organize church and Sunday meetings. And so I remember one of the reasons excuses people used to give me was like, sasa wewe pali mlikuwa mmeenda ku dance jana huko, pali watu wame dance huko jana, it was a jam session last night, unataka mimi niende kanisa hapo? And I'm like, number one, once a place is lifted up, there's a place lifted up for God. What hata kama ilikuwa choo ama ilikuwa nini.
Thank you.
And for mind you,
an altar.
Exactly. And for me, mind you, where one or two are gathered in the name of the Lord,
His presence is there.
He's there. And then I like telling people, stop seeing the person who is preaching.
Yeah.
Just listen to the word of God. Look at him as a vessel. Because like another person was like, imagine huyo mtu anaingiza praise and worship, juzi alikuwa jam session, and I'm like, so what?
Achana na juzi na huyo wa jana.
So what?
Mwenye ametoka kupewa us jana.
So what?
No, like, so what?
Listen to what? Listen to what is being
You're not
said.
there for the person.
If anything, that guy, and that's why I like people who come to bring the word of God, because mostly wale wanaomba, I love them because they just say, God, use me as your vessel.
Yes.
And after that is God speaking. That is not that person.
Not
speaking.
man.
So please, one of them like all kind of excuses why we won't go to church. I don't think it's justified, And I like saying this, as individuals, we are weak in our faith.
Yeah.
Our faith is weak.
Yeah.
Where brethren is gathered, where there are fellowship, there's a lot of faith together.
Wallahi.
That's a lot of faith come together. And then there are some things you can pray for yourself and it won't work out. But once you've introduced a group of people, once you've introduced someone,
just an extra.
Kuna maombi ingine, kuna maombi juzi tukiwa na Karo Success hapo, ukisikia kusema natuombeaga, and you are like, you could attest to that.
Yeah.
There's some prayers, there's some things, imagine someone just mentioning your name, and God, wherever Isaac is, just take care of him. That is enough. That is enough than more of you kupiga magoti hapo and doing everything, and it's
in
not
your
working
house.
out, and it's not working out.
Inagonga roof
hapo na narudi. Labda ati hapo kwa nyumba yako ndio unataka uite kanisa, ndio uite bado mnaitana hapo sleepover. It doesn't work like that. For me, it's like you need to the fellowship of hata kama church inakuanga na vituko zake, go to church.
How many individuals?
Go to church.
See like, by the way, people need to understand salvation is individual.
It's individual. It's not.
So huyo mwenye unakashifu ati usiku alikuanga sherehe, asubuhi yako kwa madhabahu. Imagine salvation yake. Yeye amekuja kunilead tu kwa prayer. Peke yake.
That's it.
Peke yake ametumika sahi for my purpose.
Exactly.
Yeye watakuwa na kesi yake na God.
Baadaye. Well, you're not and probably you don't even know what he was doing hapo. Labda hata alikuwa ametumwa huko.
Inaweza kuwa ni kwa dia naombeana huko. You don't know watu squeeze your part.
Okay, okay, I'm just saying you don't know what people are doing.
Yeah.
I can trust me. Hata mimi naweza enda jam session, you'll never see me dancing with a girl. You'll never see me doing that. But nimeenda huko labda maybe I want to see what's going on. What normally goes on over there and stuff.
Ama unapeleka best yako juu unajua huyu zake hushika. Hataweza kutoka.
Exactly. So I'm like, hii mambo ya kujudge watu. Okay, that's another thing I wanted us to talk about. I feel like in our century, in our generation, in this current generation, tumetumia hiyo ya usinijudge so much that I'm even afraid of telling people
the truth.
We've personalized it so much, we've used it so much to our advantage.
Ati we listen, we do not judge.
We've used it so much to our advantage that we can literally do anything that tuseme usinijudge.
Yeah.
Usinijudge. It's so wrong. And okay, I know myself, I'm such a judgy person, but now there are some things. You're tuliombea. But trust me, there are some things you tell me and I'll be like, brethren, okay, no, please, no, you're not telling me this. No, you're not telling me this. Because number one, if you read the Bible is a guide. Bible is a guide. You should have the Bible as your guide. If kuna kitabu nafaa kuna soma sana ni hiyo. Ni hiyo. Mimi I have a lot of books people have gifted me. Najuanga tu page 1. I'm big so.
Na synopsis.
Najuanga tu page 1. Actually, I have a lot of books, Ashley. I have a lot of books I've been gifted. The past 5, especially, I realized intellects actually, uko Ghana, I've been gifted a lot of books. Some on emotional intelligence, some on leadership, some on thinking and growing rich. I don't know what those books entail. Okay.
Washaifikiria kuku gift Bible.
No. Okay, and then that's another thing, people think you can't kuna conversations zingine uwezi introduce kwa intellects, there's usilete religion over there. I find it so weird, like Why can't we talk about every other thing, every other topic, every other issue, but not talk about things of God, religions? It's so weird. Unapatanga, there's yes, learned people, they're talking and stuff like that. But once you start introducing religion, unaona kuna watu wameanza kudebate.
Wananyamaza, mtu anakukasirikia.
Anama anakusikiza, alafu anasema anyways.
Anyway.
It's still on that. There's this I've seen, no matter what you do, if it's not meant for you, it will never be free.
Facts. I think Apostle Mayanja Ashai mentioned kituka hiyo. No matter what you do, if it's not for you, it's not for you. He was saying, he was talking about a calling. Alikuwa na, okay, sitaki kumention ni pastor mgani, he's very well known in Meru. But being a pastor was not for him. Actually, he was called to serve at the altar, not to be a pastor. Ile kierere ilimwambia aende kukuwa pastor. Hatujui hadi wa leo. But manze alikuwa anajaribu. Akafungua mpaka kanisa ina backfire. Zote zilikuwa zinauma nje. Kanisa inauma nje. Sijui imefungwa, sijui hawajalipa nini. Sijui anajaribu kuhubiri crusades, hakuna mtu ana attend. Unajua eventually alirudi tu kwa ile madhabahu yenye alikuwa ameitwa aserve.
And that worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually worked out. He started getting the chums he was looking for. He started connecting with God the way he was expecting to connect with God. The way if it's not meant for you.
And I say what's meant for you will always be yours. Trust me.
But don't forget, kuko na permissive will of God na perfect will of God.
Okay.
It can be meant for you, but unaweza kuwa unatoka Nairobi, uzunguke Nakuru, Eldoret, Turkana, Marsabit, Isiolo. Hiyo ndio permissive will of God. Perfect will ni Nairobi to Meru direct through barabara ya Embu.
Okay. But I'm still a strong believer of that, kwa sababu whether permissive or perfect, whatever is meant for you,
okay, eventually you'll get it, but
hata uamue ufanye nini, hata watu waingiliaje, whatever is meant for you, trust me, you will definitely get it. And that's still to the people who are asking banga, they do all that and then it's still not working out. Be patient. Just be patient.
There's a possibility that's not your field.
True.
Yeah.
Or there's probably a bigger gig that would come up that's
actually for you.
That's labda ungekumonekana kwa hiyo gig ya kwanza, that set ya kwanza ungeipata.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know, companies are rivals out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they look for young talents, young stuff. Things are fresh. Things that have not been seen, you know.
Yeah.
And probably wewe ulikutaka kungangana kuingia kwa hii set. Na probably there's one specifically put in place for you. Na ungekuwa hata kama itakuja way later. Ingekuwa labda umeonekana kwa hii set nyingine ungekuwa like not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
So it's whatever it's not meant for you, itakuwa yako. Hata ujaribu aje, and whatever is meant for you will be for you. Whether kuna challenges, storms, anything, whatever
will be thrown your way.
Imagine
bado utaipata, because that is what was meant for you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine now of the people who died young without finding what was meant for them?
Well, depends also on what they really engaged themselves in. Unajua kuna ingine, you know, we read that God's grace and mercy are sufficient and new every morning. But then kuna wengine we decide kuna wengine like literally tunakataa kabisa tu. We like literally push ourselves away from God each and every time. Now most of them we come to realize CAT, they died before, but they are the ones who refuse to. You know, Bishop Atamenga, most of the times when you pray that God shows you your vision, your way. Because like, yes, we might have plans, but God has the last ones. You know, God has the final ones.
Yeah.
And they are for good. So that's what he's telling us. So every time you're praying, every time you're going about your business, you're like, but hey, God, my plans are this, but show me yours.
Yeah.
Or just come in between. Show me if this is the path I should be taking or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kufa kama uja realize yako, just know there's something definitely you are not doing right. There's some way, there's some things you might, okay, you know, there's sometimes you think you're doing things right, but you're actually not doing them right.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good, you know, if you're a believer, if you're a Christian, okay, even just in the normal setup, you need people, connections. That's where connections come back again. Not even connections, just relationships.
Yeah,
you need people. You need people. You need people. No man is an island. You need people. And they say if you want to go far, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with people.
Yeah, hey, karibu nijiulize.
Like, okay, nimesema nini? If you want to go far, go with people, you know. You can do things faster by yourself, but then to up to a certain level.
Yeah.
Up to a certain level. Then
not
after
to a full potential.
Exactly. Then after hapo unakwama. But when you are with people, you know, hakuna sikutaji on the back of our heads, you know. There's no day, unless with the help of a mirror or something, but there's no day you ever see the back of yourself, of your head. Only someone knows. So that basically you always need someone to watch your back.
Yeah.
You always need someone to watch your back. You always need someone to advise you. You always need someone to rebuke you. That's very important as well. You need someone to rebuke you.
Yes, please.
You need someone to rebuke you. And there are people who take rebuke for, you know, they take it wrongly, so much wrongly. Actually kuja nipate actually pata na huko kuja niko like, okay, actually leo umeamua tu vai kama vile unaona. There's someone who will be like, okay, you know, that's my dressing. One, I don't know what's my dressing has to do with you, you know. And then two, like my dress, my choice again. And then two, you're my friend. You're not even my mom. You know, someone will take it so wrongly. Yeah. But then there's someone who will be like, I have friends, I could tell them, okay, Leo, I don't think, Rudy. No. And I had friends who would be like,
okay. Na nilikuwa na shuku arudi ya change.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I have friends I had such friends, and I felt like, you know, I feel like, you know, these are the kind of people God wants me to be around with, you know. People you can tell something, you call them your friends, you can tell them something that they become offended, and you are just trying to tell them your point of view and something like that.
Correct them.
You are trying to correct them.
Yeah.
Then I feel like that's something. Exactly. Because for me, a friend, you know, even if a friend for me will feel offended with what a good friend will do it, and then be like, but yeah, I felt like I was okay. Because I respect you and I love you as a friend, I decided just to do it. But then I felt like my dressing was okay and stuff like that. Yeah. And then at that point, I can now tell you my perspective was like, well, okay, you know what? We're probably going to a public gathering, eh? Someone would see you like this and this and just say, you know, I would have just, okay, you know what? Fine, I'm sorry if you took it the wrong way, but for me, this and this is what was in my head. Yeah. I felt like, you know what, I think you needed to change or something like that. And just like that, we would understand each other and stuff like that. But then ule atakwambia, okay, now you're judging me with how I'm dressing, my dress, my choice and stuff like that. And at that point, you're like,
nitamwambia sasa, nitamcorrect sasa zile makubwa akasirike.
You know. And that's when
I think one of the tweets nimekutumia kuna yenye inasema listen, like that's listen. One chip.
Yeah. Let me look for it because it's I like how it was phrased.
Yeah. Ebu look for it utusome because imenibamba. Like it's literally telling us to listen. I think ni zenye nilitumanga jana.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I saw it. It says here, listen, just listen. Always say less than necessary and listen more. You'll learn a lot about who people really are, or both positive or negative. Yeah. And I feel like even if you learn about the negative sides of it, we're humans. Yeah. We're humans. And maybe your negatives are my strengths. And my negatives are your strengths. So it's more of get to know people. Yeah. That's why for me, probably there's something I don't know. Okay, viatu zangu ni nzuri by the way.
Ndio maana nimecheka. Nimeshinda sana sema, but true, acha nikwambie. Okay, me. Oh wait, guy, nitajiteteaje?
Okay, okay, I really don't judge her. I don't blame her.
Hiyo ni kitu nimecorrectiwa leo. Sikuwa nimerealize vile I take looks seriously, how negatively that can impact me.
Yeah.
But me see mostly sura, like uso physique, ni vile umejiweka ndio ina unajua unaweza kuja. Okay, there's a saying people used to say when I was in multimedia, that you don't look or smell like your drugs. Okay, wow, perspective yao ilikuanga hata kama ninakata mngaro lazima ninukie, lazima nikae healthy, you know, sitakaa lega, lakini unajua utapatana na mtu
Unaona wewe ni Ashley.
Like okay, tukipanda hapa makuu. Obvious kuko na venye mse anaweza kuja hadi approach yake na vile.
Okay, now I think that's where you don't get me. I don't go talking to everyone else.
Exactly. Ndio nasema vile amejipresent inakwambia
mostly I'm talking about like, maybe formal setups in my space, maybe my space of work, my space of chilling and stuff like that. If anyone was to approach me over there, yes, okay. But then out here, okay, you don't know what people are carrying out there. You don't know what people.
Acha nikwambie mi hadi kwa setup. Kwa nini tuko setup kama hii hata hauja make effort?
Okay.
You want to tell me ulitoka pub jana ukakuja setup kama hii hivyo tu?
Okay, again as well, if I'm to be a bit on their side, you don't know whoever anyone is going on.
Isaac,
you don't know whatever everyone is going through.
Sai hii conference ya WordFest. Mtu akikuja ananuka na anakaa pombe. Si kunuka tu, ananuka na anakaa like akona kipachikia matope hapa, mgongo inakaa inashinda ikigeuzwa kwa mtaro the whole night. Akona kimata kimekauka kinanuka pombe.
Labda ni wewe alikuwa anataka kusikia ndio change.
Hauni get akuje hata hajui ako wapi. Ye ameamka maybe kwa hii garage. Hata hakujua usiku akidoze kwa mtaro ya garage. Akaamka akasikia watu wakishout, "Hey, bana!" Akahudhumuka. Niko wapi? Akaingililia mlango ya nyuma akakuja sana kuja kukuambia, sasa bro, hebu niambie the first thing. Utareact aje? Utasalimika? Fiti.
No. No.
You see now my point.
I still give them my attention. That's the thing.
Mimi at first nitasonga nyuma kwanza. Like umekuja
and that's normal.
Nitasonga nyuma kwanza nikuangalie. Nianze kujiuliza, Holy Spirit ni kunitest na nitest.
And that's normal.
Like nitajiuliza ni kunitest na nitest.
And that's a normal reaction.
Aidha kusisahau mimi ni shy kwa the worldly life. Don't forget. Lakini at any point sijawahi kani kama nimeishia maisha.
Kuna mtu alikuwa anakuombea mahali. Labda huyo alikuwa anaombea. Mtu alikuwa anakuombea mahali.
Okay, maybe, and I thank God. I thank the Lord. Kuna mtu alikuwa ananiombea mahali. But let us not look like our problems.
Okay, true. Don't look like your problems. Mimi, actually, no one would ever think Mimi, like, if I'm to open up like half of the things I've gone through in my life, everyone would be
like, what? You me? I know, right?
Exactly. So, of course, for me, I've always, don't look like your problems. Two, don't own them.
Thank you.
Don't own them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe I have a lot of, I have a very huge family. I have
being catiwad by a shorty who actually looks like problems.
Yeah, that's mental.
See?
It's mental.
That was my point. That's the point I was trying to drive earlier.
Okay, like, but I got to the Katiwa. I got to the interactions, normal interactions. Normal interactions. Interact with everyone.
Ndio mkaanza kuniambia ninakaa ninaweza angalia kwanza sura yangu nikatia before niendelee na
conversation. Interact with everyone. Have an open mind with everyone, and then again listen a lot. Listen a lot. Yeah. That's why we have 2 years
and 1 month. Imagine in that 2 months. Me, the upper that I am having two of these. Hey, the end of me. They will be the end of me.
True. Listen.
Hata singefika penye nimefika.
Listen. They say speech is silver, but silence is gold.